Welcome to Breaking Bank 15. Back in the office on this one. Um, Something from Mayor Baba said it for us. Trust God, right? Trust God completely and He will solve all difficulties. Faithfully leave everything to Him and He will see to everything. Alright. So, this video I'm going to call Step 1. Step one, what do I do first? A lot of people say to me, what do I do first? What's the first thing to do? Um, and that's a great question. So, um, first step is different, and so I want to break this down in as simple a way as possible, because it's a great question. So I want to have I want to have the simple, direct, concrete, clear answer to what do I do first. People want to leave like their situation and move on to a different situation. Step one. Okay. So what I did was break this question down into an either or. So step one is different based on one thing. Okay. If you currently have assets in your person's name, all right, then your step one is to get the trust package that we have on the website. Now, this is if you don't have any acute. Really, this is just for all cases. Yeah, all cases. My bad. I'm not gonna equivocate on that. It is that simple. If you have assets in your person's name, you should get the common law irrevocable ecclesiastical trust package from Liberty Aid, and you should put those assets into the trust name. That's the first step that you should do if you have any assets. And that's assets that, require being somewhere, like assets like cash, they have to be in a bank account, so you'd want a trust account. Okay? So assets like a car that's free and clear of a loan, a home free and clear of a loan, a boat free and clear of a loan. Those items will go into the trust and their title name will switch over to the trust title name. Okay. So, first step, if you have any assets in your person's name or in another entity's name, that's any assets that's free and clear, you gotta go to the trust right away. Okay, that's your step one. All right, you wanna get those assets into that trust. Okay, and then they're protected. So this is about asset protection. Um, you know, so that's how you immediately protect those assets. So that's step one, if you have any. Okay, step one is different and that's step one if you have any assets, uh, you know, in an entity name or if you're receiving revenue. You know what I mean? Of any kind, income, you might call it. You'll want that to go into the trust as a donation to the trust ultimately. So you still need the trust whether you have money coming in or assets. For you, the best position to start with is the trust. Okay. Next group, and that is if you don't really have any assets, none that are really measurable, nothing to speak of or anything like that. And I've been in that position, so I look down on no one because they're taking everything from us. So the whole banking scam is stealing all assets from people. So you have to understand that and have a response to that. This is that response. So if you're down to nothing, and I've been there, I get it. Your step one is different. You're not protecting assets first, so you have to create some assets and some revenue, all right, first, all right, and then go up the ladder. Now, if you have assets already, you're the one that gets a trust first. Okay, you got to do all that, but you got to come back to this step after you protect your assets in trust and revenue stream and so on. And then you'll come right back here because then your person has no income or assets, right? When you get that straightened out, then you'll come right back here and do this step one of the people that have no assets in their person's name or in another entity name. If you have no asset, well, eventually what you want to do is you get all your assets into the trust name, and then you come back to this step. So this may not be your first step if you currently have assets, but you'll come back to this step after you put your assets in trust. All right, you with me? Okay, good. Now, this first step, if you have no assets, is creating them. So the first easiest step to protect yourself and your person out there in the world of commerce is to get an EBT card. Okay, that's some people call it a food stamp card or whatever. But that's what you'll do first for your person. You'll qualify. You'll fill out the food stamp thing. If you have no assets, write down all zeros. Great. I prefer to do it that way. That way always, gets you no questions or whatever, and you should be in that spot. You should have no assets and income. You should get the EBT for the person. That's $200 a month. That also qualifies you in many places and is a potential qualifier, if not a direct qualifier, to sue in court for free and get other benefits. So getting that EBT card, very important, and very important to, if you don't qualify, if your person doesn't qualify now, protect your assets, put them aside in trust, for the beneficiaries. So you don't have anything, it's in the trust, then your person will qualify, right, for an EBT card, and that's where you need to be. Okay, so first step, that's what this video is about. I hope I'm extremely clear about that. Good. Okay, a good resource book, and it's a two-part 2-volume set. This is volume 1, Art of Passing the Buck. And this talks about what I just talked about a little bit, but it's kind of about the wills and the trust. Anyway, let me read you something, in here. Sorry. From here. And it's on page 159. And it's about the Rockefeller Foundation. John Rockefeller, arguably the richest man in America at one time, if not in the world, had 5 sons and 1 daughter. To this day, exactly how much money his children inherited remains a mystery. To the rest of society, the information has been vigilantly guarded since their birth. In fact, none of the terms of the trust established for them by the father has ever been revealed, and even the names of the trustees are known only to the family and a few key advisors. Okay. So, it's very hard, if not absolutely impossible, to get a trust into court, because, this is what the wealthy are using to protect their assets and to share them. Get it? Passing the buck, giving, assets to the next generation. This is what they do. Anyway, so everything I talk about is legal, legitimate, 100%. No blowback to you. So let's keep it that way. I'm doing what Mayor Baba calls mastery and servitude, or I'm doing my best, at service to others. I'm trying to, serve you on your exit from, being a direct slave of the bankers. Of course we're under the dome here and we have to affiliate with one team or the other, and that's what the trusts are about, right? If you trust in our Creator, I have a trust for you. If you want to work with the other team, I can't help you, and I refuse to help you. But anyway, no, I'm here to help everyone, but I only have a trust for those that trust in our Creator, okay, or His Son, Meher Baba, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, Zarathustra, Krishna, or Ram. Anyway, so I hope this is a very practical, I'm losing it here at the end, aren't I hope this was a practical episode. There we go. In the series that's trying to get, I'm trying to be more practical, and give you, where do I start, and then what do I do. So I hope this is, more directly in line with what you needed to know, and what do you do first. Okay, and then I'm gonna go down this path in the next video series, and so on. Jai Baba.